All right, we live? Yes, we are. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What is good, everybody? Welcome back here today for a Sixers Talk live stream. Let's get it, man. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about here. Tomorrow, the Sixers have a game versus the Timberwolves, and this should be the debut of James Harden. So, we're going to talk about that and everything else. So, let me send out these notifications, and we're going to get right into everything. Let's go. Let's get it, man. But how's everyone doing today, man? Let's go. Let's go. Let me send out these notifications and I'm gonna start talking about everything. Let's get it. Let's get it. Harden debut. Cannot wait. Wait, man. Cannot wait. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Let's get it. Send out this last notification and I'm gonna start talking about everything. So let's go. All right. Give me 1 second. All right, notifications are sent out. Let's go, boys. Let's go, man. I'm excited today. I'm excited. I'm excited. We got a lot to talk about here today. The debut of James Harden, Sixers returning from the All Star break. Got some NBA action tonight. I was gonna go live for it, but I decided, you know what? I'm gonna just do a Sixers talk live here. Not too interested in the Celtics game, so that's that. What's up, Michael? How you doing? So you know, but is everyone ready for the Harden debut, man? Is everyone ready? It's gonna be fun tomorrow here, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. West Coast time here. Um, and it's gonna be exciting, man. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be a lot of pressure, a lot of anticipation, I should say, on Harden to succeed as a Sixer. So it's gonna be exciting to see his first game as a Sixer unfold here tomorrow. You already know I'm gonna be live for that 100%. So I can't wait, man. Shout out to Harden, man. Can't wait to see him play tomorrow, and I'm gonna be live here on this channel for it. So it's gonna be exciting, and I hope that he performs well because it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun, man. And Sixers recently picked up Willie Cully Stein to come be a backup center. He's only on a 10-day contract right now, so he has to prove it before we give him a deal for the rest of the year. So that's fun, man. That's fun. So a couple of new faces gonna make their debuts here tomorrow. Obviously, James Harden's the big one here, and I can't wait. Like I said, man, it's gonna be fun. And it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how he plays, how he looks in his offense. It's gonna be a little bit weird seeing him in a Sixers jersey. Not really used to that. But it's okay. It's okay. But I can't wait, man. I mean, my excitement level to watching James Harden play for the Sixers is literally up here right now, and it's insane. It's insane, and I can't wait, man. I cannot wait, and I can't wait for you guys to see my reactions to everything he does, whether it's good, whether it's bad. We'll see what happens, but it's gonna be fun tomorrow. It's gonna be fun tomorrow. So let's talk about it, man. Harden, what do I think he is going to do here tomorrow? Um, I think he's gonna have a decent game. I'm gonna predict he has 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists here, shooting about 48% from the field. Excuse me. That's what I think he's gonna have tomorrow. He's gonna have two 3 pointers. He's gonna shoot 2 for 5 from the three. Gonna have a couple of free throws here, but yeah. So about 23 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists there. I think that's the stat line I'm gonna have for Harden here tomorrow in his first game, and we'll see what happens, man. We will see what happens, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So that's my stat prediction: 23 points. What I say, 8 rebounds and 7 assists. I think that's the stat line I'm gonna go with here. Um, I think the Sixers do win tomorrow's game. We play the Timberwolves here. You got Carl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, D'Angelo Russell, guys who could be dangerous. What's up, Michael? We got two Michaels in the chat right now. What's up, man? What's up, Denzel? How you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing? What's up, man? Got two Michaels in the chat. There we go. But yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. I cannot, and I mean I cannot wait for Harden's debut as a Sixer. I cannot wait. I mean this, and I can't wait till his home debut because tomorrow's a road game against the Timberwolves. We're playing on the road, but when Harden plays his first home game in Philadelphia, the crowd is gonna be electric. The everything's gonna be insane, man. And I just can't wait, man. I just can't wait. Since the trade happened a few Thursdays ago, I've been waiting for the day to come, and tomorrow is gonna be the big day, the Harden debut tomorrow, man. And like I said, man, tomorrow I'm gonna be here on the channel. I'm gonna be live for it, and I just can't wait, man. I can't wait. A lot of excitement, man. I know I keep saying the same thing, but I'm just genuinely excited, man. And I think you guys can kind of tell. But um, I think that it's gonna be as far as the team goes. I want to talk about the team a little bit. I think we're gonna come out a little bit slow coming out of the All Star break. The Sixers have some moments this year. I'm not gonna say they do it a lot, but they have some moments where they start off slow. So I think they might come out a little bit slow in the first quarter, but I think we'll pick it up here as the game progresses here. Last time we played the Timberwolves, it was a crazy game. Went to like 3 or 4 overtimes, and it was insane, man. It was insane. I remember that game, and it was crazy. So we're gonna see how this one goes now, man. We're gonna see how this one goes against the Timberwolves here. We're at their house this time, at their home, and I can't wait, man. What's up, Corrupts? What's up, man? How you doing? So I can't wait, man, against the Timberwolves. Embiid versus Karl Anthony Towns, two of the top three centers in the league currently, and it's a great matchup all across the board. You got Harden versus Anthony Edwards. Maxey, D'Angelo Russell, Embiid, and Towns, like I said, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, man. Tomorrow's matchup. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout for either team. I think it's gonna be a nice close game. Now I'm gonna go with my Sixers to win the game here, just cause I gotta go with my team, and I do think we will win tomorrow. But I just think it's gonna be a really great game for us and the Timberwolves tomorrow. And I'm just happy that NBA basketball is back. I've been watching some college basketball. It's corrupted in the chat knows for the last few days, but I'm ready to get some NBA basketball, some professional basketball back. What's up, Brendan? But yeah, I'm ready to get some professional basketball back, man. We're gonna get that tonight, and then tomorrow the Sixers come back, which I'll be live for, like I said, man. And it's gonna be fun, man. The whole game is gonna be fun, and I can't wait. But you know, I want to talk about Tobias Harris a little bit here, though. I want to talk about Tobias Harris. He's been playing well. Definitely been playing very well leading up to the trade deadline, and we wanted to keep up what he's been doing as of lately. Been more consistent, more efficient with what he's been doing. And Tobias Harris has been he's been a help. He hasn't been a liability at all. And he hasn't been shooting himself into slumps at all. When he's had some games here, even though he's been playing well lately, he still has some games here and there where he's shot, not that well, but he's still being a quality defender, still being a decent rebounder here, and I can't wait. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see what Tobias Harris does. And Tobias Harris, he's back in his element, man. He's not going to be looked at to be a number two scoring option like he is. He's the second leading scorer on this team right now, but now with Harden coming in, Tobias Harris is going to be the third option. He's going to be back to what he is, a number three guy on a team that can contend, and that is what we want from Tobias Harris. But Grubb says, yes, sir, NBA time, baby. Can't wait to see the new 76ers. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir, man. Cannot wait to see these two guys right here, man. These two guys right here go at it, and not go at it, but these two guys right here play basketball together, man. And it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be fun, and I genuinely just cannot wait. And I know Corrupt's excited just as an NBA fan. His Spurs ain't doing too well, so he just gets entertainment out of watching every other team. But shout out to Corrupt here, but. It's gonna be lit, man. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be fun. I don't know why, but over the last few days, I've been saying the word lit a lot, and that's not something that's been in my vocabulary lately. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad word, but I don't know. I've been saying lit a lot lately. But what's up, Big Play Slay? How you doing, sir? MG, you think my team will win tonight? Golden State Warriors will beat the Portland Trailblazers tonight, Denzel. They will beat the Portland Trailblazers and defeat them. Let's go Lakers, says Big Play Slay. Yeah, man. Let's see how y'all Lakers come out of the All-Star break. I think this is make or break for the Los Angeles Lakers. If the Lakers come out the All-Star break playing very great and they go on like a win streak here, they that could be good. But if the Lakers come out slow, then it's going to be looking ugly to close out the season. So the Lakers, this is really make or break. They got to come out this All-Star break ready to go because they are behind the 8 ball right now. And they gotta get back, man. They gotta get back to playing like how the other great teams in the Western Conference are playing. So Let's see what happens with your Lakers, big play Slay. Let's see what happens with your Lakers, but it's gonna be interesting all across the board in the NBA. It's gonna be interesting all across the board in the NBA. So I want to see Josh Giddey and SGA play well together. Yes, they are back. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is back tonight. I'm excited, man. I love watching SGA play basketball, especially when he's playing great and he's playing with confidence. SGA is a great player. Um, but also, too, like I said, I don't know if I said this earlier, but I didn't really elaborate on it. The Sixers did sign Willie Cauley-Stein to come off the bench as the center guy off the bench. It's only a 10-day contract. He has to prove himself. But I think Willie Cauley-Stein actually is a really good signing because him and Harden in the pick and roll. If Harden's gonna run the bench unit, when Embiid's taking a break here, Harden and Willie Cauley-Stein can run the pick and roll very very well together, and that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun to see because Willie Cauley-Stein got some athleticism to him as a 7-footer. So and hopefully he plays serviceable defense. Obviously, it's a downgrade from Andre Drummond. I'm not. It's definitely a downgrade because Drummond could be a starter on certain teams. He's probably going to be a starter for the Nets, as you see. But it's obviously a downgrade from a guy like Drummond. But I think Willie Cauley-Stein could come in and be very very productive and off the bench, just rebound, defend, and catch some lobs. That's all we need Willie Cauley-Stein to do. And let's see if he does it, man. And if he does, he's gonna earn that contract for the rest of the year. It's gonna turn from a 10-day to a full 1-year deal. Well, for the rest of this year. So shout out to him, man. Let's see what he does. I'm interested to see what he does. So because if we have a good backup center, it's gonna be lit for this team. But Big Play Slay says, I think we're going to be competitive. We have a lot more better on the defensive side. Yep. Yep. Let's see how y'all come out. Y'all got to come out very, very aggressive, especially LeBron James. He's going to have to do a lot, but I believe, LeBron James is, one of the best players of all time for a reason. So I believe in him to, at least make the Lakers competitive in this last stretch of the season. But it's gonna be interesting, man. Y'all have a lot of tough games here to close out, as y'all always do. Y'all have a lot of national TV games, so it's gonna be interesting, man. Can't wait to see what the Lakers do. Also, we play y'all one more time. The Sixers play the Lakers one more time this year in LA. I gotta find out when exactly that game is though, because we only played you guys once this year. Big Play says I'm gonna be very interested in seeing how you guys look tomorrow. I can't lie. Yeah, man, a lot of people's gonna be watching the Sixers tomorrow, man. A lot of people, and I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that, man. A lot of people gonna be watching us. The spot we not on the prime time game, but a lot of people are gonna make their ways and find their ways to watch us tomorrow, and it's good. The Sixers gonna have a lot of national attention, and we got a game coming up this Sunday on primetime basketball at 1 o'clock Eastern Sunday. So we're gonna be a very, very highly watched team today, and it's going to be interesting because Embiid's been doing what he's been doing this year, but it's gonna be interesting what happens. Yep, we play on LA one more time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's probably gonna be a primetime game. Just because of the names in the markets, Philly versus LA. That's probably gonna be a primetime game. But I'm interested to see what happens in that game. But yeah, man, a lot of people are gonna be watching the Sixers these next few weeks, and it's gonna be a little bit weird because and what I'm about to say is gonna be weird. But the Sixers, as far as how the national NBA fan watches us, like I'm just saying, not Sixers fans, just as the average NBA fan, not a lot of people have been watching the Sixers this year, and that's weird to say. What? Nobody been watching you guys? Joel and MVP? But no, people watch us here and there. But obviously you got the Grizzlies, the Warriors, the Suns. Just to name a few teams who are getting more watching us more. Even a little bit of the Bulls. Some people might watch the Bulls over us. But now with James Harden, a lot of eyes will be on the Sixers, and it's gonna be kind of weird because other than the playoffs, I haven't felt this much attention on my basketball team in so long, bro. It's so long. Other than the playoffs, obviously the playoffs, every single playoff team gets talked about a lot because it's the playoffs, and obviously what happened with Ben Simmons, but it's so much national attention, and it's not gonna be about Ben Simmons. That's the other thing too, and I think that's the perfect way to say it. The Sixers have so much national attention, and it's not even gonna be about Ben Simmons. That is over. Now it's about James Harden. And that's going to be kind of interesting to think because if you would have told me 2 years ago, Harden's on the Rockets, trying to win with Russell Westbrook and all that, if you would tell me 2 years ago, right? You tell me 2 years ago that, in 2 years from now, your Sixers are going to have Harden. The world is going to be waiting to watch you guys play basketball. and you're gonna be excited. I honestly don't know what I would have said. Like you tell me 2 years ago, Harden's gonna be a Sixer, Daryl Morey's gonna be our GM. Doc Rivers is gonna be our coach, even though obviously Doc Rivers isn't doing the greatest job, but he's not doing terrible either. But if you would have told me all those three things, I would have been like, whoa, like that's crazy. But now, over the last 2 years, we got to this point, and this is it, man. This is our championship window. But that's just crazy to think about. Like 2 years ago, as a Sixers fan, thinking how I thought, not knowing really the future of this team, not knowing how long Brett Brown would be there, thinking maybe Brett Brown may never get fired because that's kind of what it felt like at one point because he's such a likable guy. And it's just like going from what happened and going from, how we were 2 years ago in the bubble, basically, because it was in 2020, 2022. So basically in the bubble, after, just thinking about that and now where the state of the basketball team is just the transformation is crazy. But, it's one thing that didn't change is that Joel Embiid is the guy. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited that, through all this, Joel Embiid, not one complaint, not one, forcing the front office to do this, not asking the front office to do that, not asking the coach to do this, not doing that. Joel Embiid stayed, got himself better, improved himself, and then ultimately improved the team to where we are today. And, shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. And that's my guy, and that's going to be my guy until he either leaves the team or he retires a Sixer. And even if he leaves the Sixers, unless it's like a toxic end to the Sixers and Embiid relationship, he's always gonna be my guy. He's always gonna be my guy, man. And you know, Joel Embiid deserves this more than anyone a part of this organization. Joel Embiid and the 76ers fan base deserves this more than anyone because Embiid and the Sixers fans, went through a lot, especially Embiid. Embiid, his first 2 years couldn't play. He had to get surgery on his foot. Getting surgery during that time, his brother died. So Embiid, his first 2 years of his career, had to get surgery. His brother died due to violence. And that guy, as a young player in Embiid's head, he doesn't even know if basketball is even an option for him anymore. And I know it sounds exaggerated, but he said that himself. And now we're here. He made his debut in I believe 2016, and it's been crazy ever since. And like I said, man, you take me not even 2 years ago. You take me to when I first started becoming a diehard Sixers fan, and you told me that you're gonna have James Harden, you're gonna have this guy, Brett Brown's gonna be fired, and this is gonna happen, and Embiid's gonna be an MVP. Like I that it would been it's crazy, man, and shout out to Daryl Morey, shout out to him for changing a lot. When Daryl Morey got hired as the Sixers GM, he had a roster with Josh Richardson, freaking Al Horford, Embiid, Simmons, and Harris. Had Mike Scott off the bench. I believe James Ennis might have been still on the roster, right? Or he might have got traded already. I don't know. But he had a team like that. He went from Embiid, Horford, Harris, Richardson, and Simmons to Maxey, Matisse, or Danny Green, whoever starts there. Embiid, Harris, and James Harden. Let me repeat this, ladies and gentlemen. Daryl Morey, when he first got hired as a Sixer general manager or a president of basketball operations, our roster was Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, Al Horford, and Joel Embiid. By the time, 2 years later, our roster is Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. I mean, shout out to Daryl Morey. I am, and he did a great job of constructing this roster. Getting Embiid some help, and finally moving on from Ben Simmons and doing all the things that he did, and getting that Al Horford contract off of our hands. Like he came in with two horrendous contracts. Al Horford and Tobias Harris, not good contracts, and he got one of them out of here. I think that was one of the first moves he did, and you know, shout out to Daryl Morey, man. And I don't want to make this whole thing about Daryl Morey, but I just need to give him, his respect and his, everything he's done for this organization for the last 2 years since he got hired here. It's just crazy, man. He hit on the Tyrese Maxey pick. That was insane too. Like Daryl Morey is the guy, man. He is that guy, and I'm excited to see, how he's gonna continue to try to get this roster better in the future here. I wonder if he's going to get Tobias Harris contract off of our books here and this off season. And it's a lot of things that's going to be going on with Daryl Morey, man. And for the last year and a half, 2 years that Daryl Morey's been here, or sorry, year or something, year and I don't know. I can't put a pinpoint on how long Daryl Morey's been here, but like the last year and a half that Daryl Morey's been here, I just I can't believe how he transformed this roster. Like, when Daryl Morey got hired as a Sixer, I think I made a video on this channel. I did actually, and I had some hope for it, and I talked about it, but I never thought that us hiring Daryl Morey would get us James Harden, would get us a guy like Maxey, which is an amazing pick. Even got us Seth Curry for the short amount of time he was here. Like, I never thought when we hired Daryl Morey, I never thought it would get us these guys. I never thought, it would get us a lot of these things that we have now. I never thought that it will open up a huge championship window for us to contend in the East. And just shout out to Daryl Morey, man, and shout out to him. He's a guy who deserves a lot of praise, who deserves a lot of respect for what he's done with this roster, man. Now I want to talk a little bit more. Let's get back on the James Harden topic here. We can do that. So how is this gonna fit, man? How is this gonna fit? We got James Harden. You got Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Maxey. How is James Harden gonna fit in this offense? I was wondering this myself too. I was wondering this myself too. A lot of people, would ask, how do you think it's gonna fit? The fit. Hold on, I'm trying to scratch my back. My bad. But everyone asks about the fit, right? And I asked myself this too, and it was just one night, I was just laying down, about to go to bed, and I was like, let me look at the tape. Let me roll the tape, man. Let me put up some clips of James Harden. Obviously, I know how Joel Embiid plays. I've watched him all year. Obviously, I know how James Harden plays as well because I just watch basketball in general. But let me roll up the clips, man. Let me look at the ins and outs of the game and see how things work. And one thing that James Harden said himself recently, and that I agree with, is that first off, two great players, when you have elite talent, they make it work. It kind of just happens, right? Kobe and Shaq, they were both elite, the best players at their position at that time. They made it work, right? And I'm not comparing this duo to Kobe and Shaq, but I'm just bringing up, how great players make it work. What's up, One Trey Rock? But Kobe and Shaq, right? Two great players, they make it work. Like, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, great players. They had to make it work, and I hear a lot of talk about the fit, and that's a legitimate concern. That's a legitimate concern, and everyone has the right to have the concern about how Embiid and Harden will fit. But like my answer would be, like James Harden's, that well, first off, if I look at the X's and O's of basketball, there is a lot of ways they can fit. And when I just look at how two great players like Embiid, like Harden, could coexist, those two players are gonna make it work because that's what elite players do. Elite players, that doesn't just mean you have elite skill, but that means you have good basketball IQ. That means you're a good teammate. Some players are better teammates than others, and Harden has been questioned a little bit about that, but great players, great teammates, they make it work, man. And Harden wants to be here. He's been a great teammate. He's been supported from the sidelines already, and now he's gonna be on the court, actually showing guys like Maxey how to do it. He's been telling us, but now he gets to show us, and great players are going to make it work. And Embiid and Harden, I'm confident. I have my 100% confidence that these two guys, Joel Embiid, James Harden, I have my confidence that this will work because great players find a way. They have to, and they have no choice. And Doc Rivers has no choice to help them make it work because he's the head coach. And I know it's like, well, you putting so much pressure on them. They have to, because they do. They got paid. Harden got traded here. We're going to be paying him a lot of money. We're expected to keep him the next few years. We're going to be paying him a lot of money. We paying Embiid a lot of money. So they're going to have to make it work. We're paying these guys a lot of money. Tobias Harris is as well. And, This is the reality, man. They're gonna have to make it work, and I have my full confidence that they will. James Harden has been playing better as a playmaker, especially when he arrived in Brooklyn, because that's what he was asked to do. In Brooklyn, he was asked to be the point guard, you know. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but when he got traded to Brooklyn, Kyrie Irving said, "You be the point guard. I'll play off the ball more. I'll be the shooting guard. I'll be the guy who, you know, I'll be that guy. You be the point guard, James." And Harden averaged 10 assists in his short time with the Brooklyn Nets because they needed him. Kyrie went up to him. KD needed him to be a floor distributor, needed him to be a playmaker. And Harden still got his 25 a night when he first arrived in Brooklyn, but he averaged 10 assists with that as well. Still got 10 assists. And I know this season he's only averaging 22 and stuff like that, but he's still getting his assists, man. And we're going to need that from him. We're going to need that from him, man. Y'all need Rockets, James Harden. We're going to need everything. We're going to need, you know, it's not about we need Rockets, James Harden. It's like we need everything that James Harden has to offer. Whether it's Oklahoma City Harden, Rockets Harden, and Nets Harden all in one. We're going to need everything in James Harden, and we're going to have to make him Sixers Harden because we're going to need that in order to win a title. We're going to need everything Harden has to offer. And, the fact that he's improved his playmaking as he got older is very, very smart because that your longevity in the league, it stays when you have great playmaking. You see that with Chris Paul. You see that with him right now. Chris Paul's, 35, 36 years old, still competing for championships and increasing his time in the NBA because how great of a playmaker he's become. And he already was coming in. You see guys like Rajon Rondo. They call him Playoff Rondo because his IQ and playmaking ability in the playoffs is insane. And it's kept him a job for the last few years. So we're going to need. And Harden himself has been getting better as a playmaker over the last few years. And that's going to extend his prime. That's going to extend what we can get from him. What position will Paul Millsap play? He's going to be playing power forward. I know in the Bucks game he played a little bit of center because we didn't have a backup center, a true backup center there. But we got Willie Cauley-Stein, so Paul Millsap's gonna be playing power forward. Him and Niang, they're gonna be running around that power forward position. So Paul Millsap, he's not gonna have a huge role in this team, but he's gonna be looked at. He's gonna be a veteran. He's gonna be a veteran, and he's gonna have certain opportunities here and there. But Paul Millsap's gonna be, he's gonna be a guy who we're gonna have to. He's gonna have to be a veteran leader. He's gonna have to, he's been in the playoffs before. He's gonna have to be that veteran guy who's gonna help lead this team. Help lead the bench unit. Tell the young guys and other guys, what they need to do, the fundamentals of the game. I know he has that a little bit. So Paul Millsap's going to be playing that power forward position, though. That's going to be his position now. So, put him back in his natural position. And he did some solid things here against Milwaukee. Just wasn't big enough. Just wasn't big enough to play that backup center role. And that's okay. That's okay. That's why we went out and got a guy in Willie Cauley-Stein. And we'll see what happens here. We'll see how, see how he is here in Philadelphia, man. But it's fun, man. I'm glad that the NBA is going to be returning tonight. I'm glad that we're going to get some professional basketball. Tomorrow we got the Sixers playing up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, man. So I'm going to get to some stat predictions for the game tomorrow. I'm going to kind of go through a game preview, if that's cool with y'all. I'm going to go through a game preview. I'm going to say some other things, and we're going to get up on out of here, man. It's been a cool, chill, relaxed live stream. Shout out to everyone who showed support, joined the chat. Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe button, man. Make sure y'all go do that. Appreciate y'all for supporting, and keep supporting this channel, man. Keep supporting. We at 1K, on the road to 2,000 subscribers now, and I'm excited to go through this journey with y'all, man. So shout out to everyone here who supported throughout the stream, and let's get into this game preview, though. Let's get into this game preview here. We got the Sixers versus the Timberwolves, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be happening over in Minnesota. So, one of the colder cities. We're going to go up north. Minnesota is actually going to be playing on a back-to-back. Sixers are favored by 2.5 tomorrow. against the Timberwolves is going to be happening at 8 p.m. Eastern, which I'll be live at that time. Make sure you come check out the channel here. Sixers and Timberwolves, we're favored by 2.5 right now, according to Bleacher Report. Everyone looks healthy for both sides here, so we're going to have a fully healthy, knock on wood, a fully healthy matchup here. You got Harden going to be matched up probably against Anthony Edwards, Maxey against D'Angelo Russell. You're going to have a guy in Matisse Thybulle / Danny Green, maybe with their small forward, a guy like Jared Vanderbilt. You got McDaniels, who's going to be matched up with Tobias Harris, and then you got Embiid and Karl-Anthony Towns. The matchup I think everyone's going to be looking for here. I think Embiid's going to have himself a nice 30-point game. I think he's going to have 34 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists on the night. He might have about 2 turnovers, and I'll say 2 fouls here. But other than that, I think he's gonna have a good game here. On the other side of the matchup, we got Karl-Anthony Towns. I think he'll have 25 points and 8 rebounds here. I think he'll have a solid game. He'll make a couple of jumpers, maybe get Embiid once or twice inside. But I think it's gonna be a solid matchup. Definitely gonna be a physical matchup. Luckily they kind of made peace with each other, so it should be no fights tomorrow. So that's the center matchup. About Tobias Harris, I think Tobias Harris has a cool 15 points here. Quiet night. He's going to go under the radar because obviously it's Harden's debut, and I think Embiid and Cat, that matchup that everyone loves. Harris is going to have a quiet 15. I think Matisse Thybulle is going to have about, he's probably going to have about 7 points, but about 3 steals and 2 blocks. And that's realistic for Matisse Thybulle because he's been playing great defense here. So, and I think actually McDaniels for the Minnesota Timberwolves has himself a 15-point night. As well. So, when he's defended by Danny Green, because Danny Green's not as great as a defender as Matisse Thybulle. I think when Matisse Thybulle is going to probably be on Anthony Edwards / D'Angelo Russell anyways. He's probably going to switch between the two. So Danny Green or even Tobias Harris is going to be switched on to a guy like McDaniels. He can have a nice night. But I think Anthony Edwards is going to have a 22-point game, 22 points. I'll say 8 rebounds, 3 assists for Anthony Edwards. D'Angelo Russell has 20 points. And about 2 assists here against us. And I think off the bench for the Sixers, I think Georges Niang comes up big again. I think he has about a 13 to 15-point game, hits a couple of threes when we need it in that third quarter, against third or fourth quarter against the Bucks. So I think Georges Niang has a solid game as well. Another guy off the bench who can have some production is Shake Milton, gonna be the first guard off the bench most likely. Him and Danny Green, depends on what his position is gonna be now. And I think Korkmaz might have a decent night. Offensively, obviously, he's just pitiful on defense. But that's my game breakdown tomorrow. So I think the Sixers win 127 to 120. 127 to 120. It's gonna be close. The Sixers pull out at the end, get to the free throw line a couple of times, knock them down, end the game there. Sixers get a 7-point win on the road tomorrow. That's what I'm predicting here. Player of the game is gonna go to Joel Embiid. Player of the game is gonna go to Embiid. I already give you my Harden stat line, but I'll give it again. I believe I had 23 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists for Harden. I think he'll be the second leading scorer on the team. Oh, I didn't give my Maxey prediction. Maxey's going to have about 16 points and 8 assists. Or, no, not 8 assists. He's going to have 16 points, 3 assists for Maxey. My bad. I almost forgot about my boy Maxey. See? It's all good. Maxey going to have like a 50-point game now tomorrow because I did that to him. But, yeah, like I said, player of the game is going to go to Embiid. The best defensive player is going to go to Matisse Thybulle. And then the best player for the Timberwolves is going to be Karl-Anthony Towns. X factors for both teams. X factor for us is going to be Georges Niang. X factor for them is going to be McDaniels. That's going to be their X factor. That's going to be the guy who, he's going to be not really anyone expects, but I think he's going to go off. You think the Timberwolves will win 122-115? Okay. We'll definitely see. So, and I think we get 3 bad calls by the refs. I'm gonna start predicting that now. As I break down games and go through predictions, I'm gonna have 3 bad calls by the refs. I'm gonna start predicting how many bad calls. So we're gonna have 3 horrible referee calls. We're gonna have 3 horrible officiating moments in this game. I got the Sixers winning tomorrow, says Denzel. Okay. All right. So we got 1 Sixers, 1 Timberwolves in the chat. Let's go. So, yeah, man. Let's break down some other games that's happening tonight, though. Let's go. Before we head out of here, I want to start doing that. When I'm doing non-play-by-play streams, when I'm doing streams like this, I want to break down the games tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got some games tonight here. Tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern, we have Cleveland and Detroit. Y'all can go along with me. I have Cleveland winning this game here. I have Cleveland winning 130 to 115. Boston versus Brooklyn. No KD, Kyrie, no Ben Simmons for Brooklyn. I got Boston winning and continuing winning 10 of their last 11 here. I think Boston's going to win 125 to 115. And then you got Memphis versus Minnesota. Actually, I'm going to go with Memphis here, winning in overtime by 2 points, 118 to 120. All right. And then you got Chicago and Atlanta. I got the Chicago Bulls winning this game. I'm going to say 114 to 101. They're going to win by a good margin here. No Marcus Smart, that is true. Phoenix and OKC, I have the Suns winning 130 to 120. I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can have a good game, but Suns a better team. They're going to win by 10. Then you got Denver versus Sacramento. You know what? I'm going to have Sacramento in the upset tonight. I'm going to have Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox doing their thing here. I have Sacramento winning 104 to 95. I think outside of Jokic that the Denver Nuggets are going to have a hard time scoring. And the last game of the night here, we have Warriors versus Timberwolves. I have the Warriors winning 109 to 100. It's gonna be the Blazers. They've been playing actually pretty good lately. Anthony Simons has been playing well. I think they're actually gonna give the Warriors a scare. But in the fourth quarter, Steph, Clay, gonna get the job done together. So that's my game prediction for tonight. So let's get through these last couple comments and we're going to end the stream out. So any comment, anything you want to say before we end the stream, say it now. And let's see what we got here. Big Play Say says, I believe personally Harden is an amazing fit for the Sixers, but he needs to get chemistry with the Sixers. And the T-Wolves win just because of scoring, and they are clicking on all cylinders right now. Okay. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that, man. And I think Minnesota's a good team, and I think it's going to be a close game. Man. But, I got the Kings upsetting, though, tonight. Tonight, man. I don't know, man. I like the energy. I think they only lost one game since getting Domantas Sabonis, so I don't know, man. The Kings going to get an upset tonight. You think Bronny and LeBron might go to New York or other teams? I mean, wherever Bronny gets drafted. If he gets drafted in around like 2023 or 2024, it depends who has the top picks. Because I think, I think a lot of people are gonna want to get LeBron James on their team, and why not get Bronny on there with him? So that's gonna be interesting. Kings upset, and I can see it. Yep. But about that. About the LeBron and Bronny thing, obviously I've heard a lot about that over the last few days. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens, man. It's gonna be interesting, to see what happens. Bronny's gonna be a senior, not this year. Not now. He's not a senior now. He's still a junior. But next school year he'll be a senior now. So he's about to enter his final year of high school. So I believe Senior Kenya season just ended as well. So I believe his basketball season as a junior is already over, but obviously the school year is not. So that's what that is. And I'll see what happens, man, with Bronny and them. We're far away from Bronny getting drafted. I'll wait till Bronny's. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll wait to see who's in what draft position. I'll tell you what, the Knicks keep going down this path. They will have lottery picks and top 3 protected picks and be able to draft Bronny if they keep this up. I'll tell you that. You talking about New York. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been a fun, chill live stream today. Been on here for almost around 40 minutes. Just wanted to chill, talk about some things before we head into tomorrow's game. So I appreciate y'all for supporting. Shout out to everyone who hit in the chat. Appreciate that, LVZ. When is AD coming back? I don't know exactly. You can ask Big Place like that. But, yeah, like I said, man, appreciate y'all for supporting. Hit the like button before you guys head out. I'm going to end the stream here in a second. So, definitely appreciate y'all for talking some Sixers, talking some basketball with me, man. I always enjoy just sitting back and talking basketball. That's all this is. Nothing too crazy. Just chilling, talking ball, and doing my thing, man. So, appreciate y'all for supporting for a quick live stream here today, man. Come back tomorrow for Sixers versus Timberwolves. It's going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern, so come check it out, man. I'm going to be live for it. Harden's debut. I cannot wait, and I don't think y'all can wait either, man, so let's get it. So appreciate y'all for supporting, though. Talking basketball. See y'all tomorrow for Sixers and Timberwolves, ladies and gentlemen. And as we end the stream off the same way, you've been talking sports with MG Nas, and until next time, we are out. Peace. Let's go Sixers, baby.